To get back into the swing of things with a nice, easy video just to start us off, coming back from a nice little Easter break. I took a couple days off of making videos just to give things a break, and we're coming back into the Pirates franchise here. I've been playing this game, and I felt like this is a decent time to bring you guys into the game. It's not a particularly interesting game because we're blowing them out right now, which is fine, but I want to show you guys the status of the team, where we're at with everything, how everybody's doing, and bring you guys back in since it's been a little while since we've been in the Pirates franchise. And then the next episode of this, I'm gonna lock in for you guys. It's gonna be a full game. I just don't know which game it'll be, but I'm gonna try and get you guys a full game of this next time around. I do want to say I don't know what the future of the Oakland A's franchise is going to be, just mainly because the viewership isn't there. We've only gotten a couple views on each video, so if you guys want, go ahead and check out that series on the channel. But if not, let me know down in the comment section if you want me to continue that series. But with all that being said, please leave a like down below if you enjoyed these videos, and I'm just going to jump into the video. Right now we have a good opportunity, no outs. It's 7-2, and I already have a guy on first and second. I actually just batted somebody in. So good opportunity here, with a couple guys on base to drive in another runner. So there are a couple important things going on with the franchise, and I don't know exactly where I left off with you guys, but I know that we've made a couple moves. So I do want to summarize those for you guys and just kind of show you guys exactly where we're at. And then we'll just kind of go from there. Hopefully you guys get a good view into where we're at. We have a good standing in the season. If we get this win, we'll split this series with the Cincinnati Reds, which is good. Always good to at least get a split out of a 4-game series like this. So doing well as a team overall, I'd say. Some pretty important moves, though, I'll show you guys. I don't remember if I capped them off in the last episode or not, but I'll go ahead and recap everything for you guys once we get out of this game. But right now I'm just trying to make the score look as nice as possible. I believe this was... Who was pitching this game? Joe Musgrove was pitching this game. It was a good outing from him. He went 6 innings, but he was very tired. He threw a lot of pitches, so we took him out at the end of the 6th, or actually at the beginning of the 7th. Switching innings, we brought in another pitcher, and actually it was one of our acquisitions that we went ahead and brought in. Come on, go get a second base, Alvarez. Are we going to score both of these guys? That's 1 out. That's okay. Got 1 score. Those guys were so close, I thought that I was going to be able to score. But we at least got 1 in, so 8-2. And then I also have to see what this game gave Cole Tucker, because Pirates in real life brought up Cole Tucker. Got basically a game-winning home run in his first game. I know they called the game early, but game-winning home run in his first game, played him pretty well defensively. Looks like he could be a very good, solid MLB player for the Pirates. We'll leave you at first. It's fine. That scores another run. I don't know if they'll score that in error. I believe they just said that'll be an error. This one I predicted was going to be an easy game coming in, and that's why I didn't stream the whole thing. Because the starting pitcher that we were going up against, and I probably can't show you it right now, but I can show you after the game, he was like a 65 or something, ridiculously low for the MLB. So I knew coming into the game that I'd be able to hit him around. He ended up giving 5 runs up in like the 3rd inning. They kept him until the 5th, though, and then eventually brought in a relief pitcher for him. Now, we're up by so much, I thought about bringing in a setup pitcher and everything, but I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to go ahead and go with a guy like maybe Edgar Santana, a little bit lower down in the bullpen, being that he has such a good lead. He should be just fine out here. We are pitching on All-Star. And still batting on veteran, though. I find that when I actually play against good pitchers, it's relatively difficult for me to actually bat on veteran. So I'm just sticking with veteran for now because it results in the best the closest games, honestly. If I went up to All-Star, I probably wouldn't win many games. And that's not going to be fun for you guys or me. So we're going to bat on veteran for now until I get better, and then we're going to keep batting or keep pitching on All-Star because I'm pretty good pitching on All-Star. I actually just had a friend that threw a perfect game or a no-hitter, one or the other, on his channel, Walking Visions. If you guys want to go check him out, go check him out. He didn't upload the entire gameplay. He just uploaded the video from it, but I can confirm he did actually pitch it. And he does, you know, at least in the past, he has regularly been able to throw perfect games and no-hitters. So he's very good at the game pitching-wise. He just really struggles batting the ball. Even when he's on veteran, he can't score a lot of runs. So that's kind of the way he is. I feel like I'm pretty good at batting and decent at pitching, but I don't know. The fact that I pitch on All-Star maybe says that I'm actually pretty good at pitching. I'm just never to the point where I can throw no-hitters. I've thrown a couple in past games, but other than those, I mean, I guess my baseball knowledge isn't as high as everybody else's is. So, you know, when you think about it, I don't know quite as well as other people how to set up, you know, opposing batters and everything like they do. So that's maybe the difference. Yeah, as you can see, 17 hits in this game. They've had 7 hits. But we've done a good job defensively of preventing them from scoring many runs. Man, that was a sinker. That had like slider action on it, let me tell you. Got decent contact on that, but that's going to be a fly out. We've been batting pretty well with most of the team here. I mean, the thing that's hurting us right now is that Starling Marte went down with an injury. So out in the outfield, part of the reason why we let up a couple runs there was that we don't have speed in the outfield. Right now we're playing with Corey Dickerson at center, which is okay. I mean, 71 speed's okay, but then we have to play guys like Lonnie Chisenhall and Cabrera out at left field and right field when other guys get tired. So that's, you know, very low speed. So they weren't able to get to a couple balls, and that's why we did give up 2 runs in this game. However, Marte being down really limits our ability to sub people out. So we have a pretty tired lineup at this point. We might have to make a move in terms of sending someone down and calling up a position player to give some of these guys some relief. But we've been doing our best job to try and rotate people in and out. It's just not been working quite as well as I would have hoped to this point. And I'm just going to leave in, I believe it was Santana we had in. I'm just going to leave in Santana for the next inning as well. I don't see any reason to bring in any extra relief pitcher. I did not mean to swing at that. I moved that over and then accidentally tapped the X button when I let off the square button. I was going from square to off because I was trying to power swing, but in the process of letting off of square, I accidentally hit X. Josh Bell's been doing pretty well for us in terms of switch hitting. I mean, definitely a step up from his year previous. Corey Dickerson hit a solo home run in this game. We ended up going down 1-0 in the second inning, I believe it was, first or second inning, and then Corey Dickerson immediately came back and tied it up with a solo home run. Caveman swinging. We're swinging at everything because we're up 9-2. We want to get out here and show these guys the moves we made and where this franchise stands. Oh, come on, you can get to first. Or second, I mean. I told him to move, but he didn't. Oh, well. That should be... Nope, right to the left fielder. I thought that one was going to drop. Alright, so half an inning to go here. Unless we let up a ridiculously bad inning here. Santana, you're in line to essentially finish out this game. There's one out. Puig flies out to right field. I've had some issues against Puig, to be honest with you. I mean, in my opinion, at least in MLB, what I've seen so far, Puig is the best guy in that lineup, or at least has the most power. There are other guys in that lineup that should be, better than they are. But for the most part, we've been able to shut down this whole team except for Puig. That was an awful sinker. That was nowhere near where I actually wanted to put it. I'm lucky that one didn't end up high in the zone. He was swinging for the fences on that one. He's just swinging for anything, so we're going to hit him with the changeup down low. Maybe not. Here, can we get you to bite on the fastball up and in? Yes, sir. That'll be a nice 9-2 win to split the series with the Reds. That should move us to 7-2, I believe it is. I haven't had a whole lot of time to invest in this franchise, but now that we're past Easter and everything, we should have a good opportunity to get it moving along here. We are 3 for 5, Dickerson was, with a home run and 2 RBIs, so he's going to get player of the game, which is nice. Dickerson should be getting player of the games every now and then. He's pretty much the leader of the team. In some respects, I mean, defensively, he won a Gold Glove last year, so one of the better defenders on the team. Marte is supposed to be the best bat on the team, but and we went ahead and leveled up to level 37. We got 60 stubs for that, bunch of XP for playing the game, and yes, we're 7-2, and that'll set us up for who's pitching next. Let's go ahead and advance the day. Starting Marte, what would you like to do? Utilize. We're going to have to work on the rotation, but Chad Kuhl's up next. Chad Kuhl's going to be potentially slightly difficult to use, but I wanted to show you guys the Reds. The pitcher that we were facing was this guy. Tyler Malley, something like that. 19.06 ERA, obviously not very good. Has a lot of potential, obviously. I mean, he's a B at 67, he's very young, but man, why is he up in the MLB? Why is Alex Wood not up there? Why is Stevenson not up there? I mean, I guess that's not too much of a difference between these guys, but jeez. I knew I was going to get hits off him to start. But let's go ahead and look at our transactions and show you guys what exactly we did as a team. Scroll down here. I don't know if I showed you guys this or not. Where are we at? Pirates. Okay, so we ended up doing 2 trades that I can see here. Promoted, recalled, and acquired. I'm trying to see the exact trade. No, I don't want all transactions. Give me Pirates transactions. Acquired. Okay, so those are the trades we did up there. As you can see, 4-4. The first thing we did was we decided to finally pull the trigger on Francisco Cervelli. I felt like Elias Diaz is at a point where he deserves to start, and he was very close in overall to Cervelli. I just felt it was time for Diaz to be the guy, at least temporarily. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to go out and look to see what I can do just in terms of getting return for Francisco Cervelli. And there were 3 teams that we saw that needed catchers pretty badly. The Tigers were one of them, and I believe the A's were one of them, and then there was a third team that really needed a catcher pretty badly. So we went out and we gave them Francisco Cervelli. We helped them out, gave them an 80 overall catcher, and we brought in Joe Jimenez, and I'll show you him in a minute. And then what we did was, because we brought in a good relief pitcher that's younger, has a lot of potential, we went ahead and got rid of one of our older relief pitchers that had a big contract to give ourselves some cap relief. So we got rid of Tyler Lyons and brought in just a starting pitcher prospect, Luis Oviedo, in return for him. So that was pretty much just to relieve cap space there and to bring in a nice young reliever and to try and dump Cervelli while we had a chance. Now, I know a lot of Pirates fans might not be a fan of that, but like I said when I started this out, this series is meant to be what I think the Pirates should do in order to be successful moving forward. And I think that the Pirates need to move on from Cervelli while they have the chance to. So the reason being is that, at least for our team, we made a couple moves where we have Diaz, he's up to 77, and we have a couple guys waiting in the wings, prepared to come up eventually. So we brought up Steve Barron, who's a decent player, a good defensive catcher. His bat's not really that bad, so we have a couple guys here that could be certainly MLB-capable players. And then we have Andy Yerzy that we traded for a while back that just has a lot of potential, and he's eventually going to take over the spot. That's the plan. Andy Yerzy's eventually going to take over at the catcher position, so we have him up in the AAA, and this is kind of more the way I like it. I like to see Diaz having a shot here to really prove himself as a starting catcher in the MLB, and then having a guy that's a little bit older but still has good potential at being his backup. And then in terms of relief pitcher, this guy's really good, and I'm really good with him, and I wanted to trade for him because of, if you look at his stats, he's got 90 break and 81 velocity. Very good relief pitcher with a lot of potential. So Joe Jimenez, and I have confirmed that it is how you pronounce his name. It's Jimenez because we pitched him in that game. 24 years old, 78 overall with B potential. Looks like to be a very good pitcher for us, and honestly that team needed a catcher very badly, so a good swap there for us. We got rid of Tyler Lyons and we brought in Oviedo, and I think we brought him in. Good young prospect that will eventually be able to come up. And then I think we moved one of our starting pitchers to relief. I think it might have been, who was it? Somebody that had like 72 stamina. Alex McRae, maybe. Just because we were looking through our relief pitchers and we saw that there weren't a whole lot of guys long relief-wise that could potentially come up and be a long reliever, so we decided to transition one of those guys over. Because theoretically speaking, Liriano's 35, he's a 71 overall. He's going to go down after this year, and it's not a done deal that we're going to hang on to him. It really depends on how his performances is and whether he decreases or not, and he's already shown signs of decline, so potential is we're going to need somebody to take over his spot, so that's why I decided to make a couple moves like that. But that's the way the team stacks up. It's pretty much the same. Starting pitching rotation is the same. Haven't made any moves there. And then in terms of the infield, we still got Josh Bell, Adam Frazier, Jung Ho Kang, and Kevin Newman. And then we might have to consider calling up Cole Tucker. I'm going to have to check with the new roster and see what overall and rating they gave him, because we might have to slightly modify that based on what they did, because he did get called up to the MLB. But let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about that. Should we give him his appropriate rating that the true roster gives him or OSFM gives him, or should we just leave him as a 63 and let him work his way up as is? I'd personally like to see him up in the MLB for us. Could be certainly a good player, but then again, we don't necessarily have a spot for him at the moment behind, Kevin Newman and a lot of other guys that have worked their way up. Colin Moran's sitting here just about ready to be in the MLB for us. And then, there's guys like Kevin Kramer that deserve a shot. Pedro Alvarez is already up for us. And then in terms of the outfield, we have some guys waiting to, come up here. And guys like Ubayashi. Certainly guys like Travis Swaggerty. We have a lot of potential out there. So let me know if there's any moves that you guys would like to see me make in the next game. Let me know what pitcher you guys would like to see me pitch with next. I don't know that I want to show Chad Kuhl because I'm not that great with him. I mean, he's 1-0 with a 2.57 ERA if you see at the bottom left there, so I'm decent with him. But in terms of the pitching rotation, I know I've shown you guys Chris Archer already. I've shown you guys I've shown you that complete game shutout with Trevor Williams, but maybe Jameson Taillon. Let me know what you guys want to see. But the pitching rotation doing pretty well overall. 1.29 ERA for Chris Archer. 3.86 for Taillon. I would really like to get that down, and I think I will be able to over time. I just struggled with him a little bit whenever I first pitched with him. Trevor Williams, very good ERA at a 1.8. And then Joe Musgrove, obviously, like last game, I pitched really well with him. 1.32 ERA. But the difference between some of these guys, Joe Musgrove is not a strikeout pitcher at all, and I found that out pretty quickly. He gets a lot of contact, but he gets a lot of outs that way, which is good. And then Chad Kuhl, I mean, I am pitching decently with him, but not the best. He is a 75, but 2.57 ERA. Still pretty good, especially for a fifth starter. And then in terms of our bullpen, nobody's really performed poorly. Michael Feliz, I think, gave up a run or a couple runs, but he's finally, after a few innings pitched, getting that ERA back down. Nobody else has even given up a run in our bullpen other than Michael Feliz. As you can see, there's a bunch of donuts through here, and that's part of the reason why we boast a 7-2 record here. And this series actually is pretty important. So maybe I will show you guys this series, or at least some of this series, being that this is a 3-game series against Chicago. We're tied 7-2 with them at the top of the division. So maybe next game is going to be part of this series against Chicago. Let me go ahead and check that comment, and then we'll sign off this video, and I'll probably be back with a second video today. I just got to go either hit the gym or do a run or something before I go and do a second video. So let me check that comment real quick. What's up, Bendiful, I believe is how you pronounce your name. How's it going? I'm just hitting the end of the stream here. If you want to see some more content, please subscribe to the channel, or if you're already subscribed, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. We just got this 9-2 win. I showed the end of this game, and then I was just going through the rest of the lineup, showing you where it's at. Basically, we made one move. I'll summarize for you since you just came into the stream. We traded away Francisco Cervelli, since Elias Diaz was getting up there close and overall to him, and we brought in relief pitcher Joe Jimenez, and then we traded away Tyler Lyons to bring in a prospect pitcher here, pitcher. And so that's where we stand in terms of this franchise. We're at 7-2, and I plan to bring some content here against the Cubs, because this is a really important series, being that we're both 7-2, and hopefully we can at least win this series and take the division lead from the Cubs. We'll see what happens, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. As always, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and then subscribe to the channel for more. Please leave your comments and suggestions down below. Any comments are welcome. Please strike up a conversation with me. I'm always willing to talk with you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. I hope that you guys had a great weekend, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night tonight. See you in the next one.